What's up, fam? And welcome back again to Recap Kickback. It's your boy Chappell, the host of Recap Kickback, and I'm here to bring you another iteration of our take on reviews for Black entertainment news, media, television, and this time specifically, a movie. We're talking about One of Them Days. Issa Rae brought us this, delivered it to us with Keke Palmer, with SZA, and with me, of course, to talk about it. My co-host, the star of last week's episode, and the star of this podcast, Mari Fourth. Mari, welcome back.
Hey, Chappell. Glad to be back. Glad to be talking about somebody other than myself.
Yeah.
But thank you to everybody who's reached out and said they loved it, said they wanted a Degrassi podcast.
Stay crazy.
I got so many people hitting me up talking about a Degrassi podcast. It's very funny. So I had a great time last week. So thank you for resonating with it.
Yeah, people liked it. The comments is going up, the views. I was like, okay, I should have been exploiting Mari's popularity for a long time. We should have been leaned into this. But Mari, yeah, you're right. The grassy kickback has a good ring to it. What you think? You're gonna dedicate 400 weeks of your life for this project?
TBD. We'll see what my schedule is looking like soon, and then we'll see. Maybe no promises. Maybe if we get like a whole bunch of like comments or something or ratings, maybe we should do something like that. Maybe you should plug our ratings.
Yeah.
And then if we get that, then I'll be forced to do a podcast.
Yeah, I think so. I think, first of all, we need subscriptions. Number one, go to youtube.com/@recapkickback and subscribe on our YouTube page, because we're getting some traction here, y'all. We're getting some traction, but we're not where we want to be as far as our subscribers. I think currently we're at 1692. That's cute or whatever. Can't we get to 1,700? Can we get to 2,000 followers? That would be nice. Our Recap Kickback anniversary is coming up, and so I'm really hoping that we bring in some numbers for the occasion. And yeah, start letting us know. Demand even that you do get like a Degrassi kickback, because I have some plans. I have ideas in my head, but I ain't gonna share them until I know that we're all pot committed. Because we got to get Mari in on doing some extra work, and that we got to talk, we got to negotiate. So let us know what you think about that. If you want to hear something like that, or if you have any other ideas, you can email us directly on our Gmail account, recapkickback@gmail.com. You can let us know on all our social media platforms, at Recap Kickback on all the various platforms. Mari, do you still have TikTok?
Yeah, I do, because I was asleep when it went offline, and by the time I woke back up, it was back. So I didn't delete it from my phone. So
yeah. I don't have TikTok. I haven't had the app in months. And so because of that, when they told us you couldn't get back in, I don't have the TikTok app anymore. But we're on TikTok. I just can't do nothing. So
that explains why all of my DMs went unanswered to you. Got it.
I can't see it. Couldn't get into it if I want to. So, Mario, maybe you have to go and take a peek at our. We have to share the login or something like that. You go take a peek and see if anybody's been letting us know anything on TikTok. We're on all social media platforms at Recap Kickback. Okay. So yeah, it didn't even occur to me until just now. Like, oh yeah, that's something we lost in the fire. We really didn't bring the Recap Kickback TikTok page over. So
that's funny.
Yeah. Hopefully we can rescue that. Yes, like Mari said, we had a big episode last week. Mari's top 10 greatest shows of all time, according to Mari, I believe. And it was so much fun. So if you like that, let us know, and we can try to bring that back with you as well. But this week, we're going to dedicate it to One of Them Days, starring SZA, starring Keke Palmer. And we're going to do a brief overview of the movie, our review, our takeaways, XYZ. And then we're going to give you a chance to tap out, so we can spoil it for you. All right. So the first half of this podcast is going to be spoiler free. Okay. We're just going to talk about, our thoughts about it, blah, blah, blah. And then, it's stuff you can see in the trailer probably. But then after that, we'll start to talk about the shenanigans. Because I do want to know, obviously what Mari thought about some of the specific scenes. But, just for the sake of people who haven't had a chance to get out and watch it, this is your chance. Okay. So go check it out. Mari, I am so happy with the outcome of this movie. I think that I hate going to the movies. Number one thing about me, you need to know.
Okay.
Hate going to the movies. Hate. I don't like it. There's at no point have I ever liked it. I was never that kid. I love me some TV. I like movies, but I hate the movie theater. Partially because I feel like if it's that dark and that chilly in there, and there's that kind of food there, you need to be able to take a nap. Like it just needs to be acceptable. Like if I go to sleep in the movies, don't wake me up. Also, don't be mad that I missed the movie. I made a choice, So they sell blankets, Mari, at the movie theater that I go to here in town. So
yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, they want me to go to sleep. The seat's too comfortable now. It didn't used to be like this. So I'm not going back.
Listen, in the past 3 years, I have literally only gone to the movies for kids' movies that I can take my son with, except for the very rare occasion when I go to the very, very rare occasion where I go to see a movie that I want to see, aka I was able to get away to see Wicked. I'm trying to think anything after that. Can't think of another adult movie that I've seen in theaters since then. So getting out to go see one of them days on a football Sunday, mind you, was like before a huge game. I texted Chappell and I was like, you better go see this movie because I barely made it out of this house alive to go and see it by myself. The person 5 chairs down from me was asleep and snoring in the theater, and I was like, good for that person. So I agree. Like going out to see movies it's one of the hardest things to do for me as an adult at this stage of my life with 2 young kids at home. So the fact that I was able to make it to this theater, support this movie, and enjoyed watching it as well is just like icing on the cake. I'm really glad that we are able to talk about it. And it was something that as soon as it was announced, we were like, oh, we are definitely covering this because this sounds so fun. And it was. I was not disappointed. Like, Issa Rae never disappoints.
Yeah, I saw a Twitter thread where someone was like, because I'm not on there, so I be catching the screenshots and stuff like that because I don't be tweeting like I used to. And so I saw the thread. It said something like, "I don't like all that blackity black stuff. Like if you that black, get away from me." It was like the people who like, I guess it was like I wear the shirt that say like my ancestors. Yeah, XYZ, and then my like melanated black and proud, all that kind of stuff. And then they were like, yeah, the people who do that, who it feels like they just found out they were black recently, like I don't vibe with that. And I was kind of like, whatever. Like I really wasn't thinking much about that. But the next comment, people were like in there like, exactly. And somebody said, yeah, and these people who think Issa Rae can't do no wrong, like I don't agree. And people were like, wait, what? Like, hold down. Hold on, what you trying to say? He was like, I'm just making a point. I was like, nah, what's your point? What you get that? Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, Issa ain't never led me astray. I was so happy with this.
I like that person got jumped in that very questionable thread.
Yeah, like it was like exactly. Yeah, and Issa Rae too. Hold on, slow your roll.
You got too much dip on your chips, sir.
Too much dip on your chip. You had me in the first half, but I think that's a great point. We are very pro Issa Rae here on this podcast. We love talking about Insecure. Rap shit was another thing. Gone too soon, lost in the fire. Pour one out. And so when this is being announced, I mean, we gotta go see it. And I am A1. I will find a link to a movie in a heartbeat in the dark web. Okay, I will go find one. I will look far and wide. I will find somebody bootleg copy that they aired once in a barbershop, and I will find it to avoid going to the movies. But I had to support. Also couldn't find it, but I had to support the black business here and give my dollars to this amazing movie. It was so fun. I had such a good time. It was funny. It was relatable in a lot of ways, and I also thought like, yeah, of all the movies, this felt like it kind of reminded me of Friday, but like, if the women leads in Friday, or if the leads in Friday were women, that's kind of what, if I had to sum it up, that's kind of how I read it.
I agree. I agree. And I mean, everybody was talking about that. That's how it was pitched to us. Like that's how the trailers kind of pitched it to you. That's what all of the early reviews pitched it to you, and those are lofty shoes to fill, and they did. They completely filled those shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes it's like you want to be like, oh, do something original, blah, 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 blah. But if you are going to do something where it is being compared to one of the greatest Black movies of all time, then at the very least, at least it stands up to that critique. And it did. I had so much fun with this movie.
Yeah, even the style of the movie, I think, reminded me of some of those movies in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost cartoonishly funny.
Yes.
You know, yes. Like it doesn't take itself so seriously. You know, it's comedy, but also like there might be a prosthetic here. Somebody gonna get shocked by lightning, some physical comedy, you know.
Yes.
It really was lighthearted.
It's very lighthearted, yes, because it's like at first I was gonna say it's like our Afro surrealism, you know, how we've talked about Atlanta and stuff like that, but it's not even that surreal, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not even so absurd that it becomes unabsurd. It's not even that. It is literally just that type of family friendly, animated, like weird goofiness that is just this side outside of reality, like not real.
Yeah. Like think about movies like Sprung and, you know, Friday and you know, just like I'm gonna get you suckers. No, not I'm gonna get you suckers. That's a little much. Yeah, How to Be a Player. Maybe I Got the Hookup. You know, it's like this stuff is happening, but like it don't really happen like this all the time. Exactly. But to somebody, it could have possibly happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just close enough to real where it's kind of like, no, this is entertaining, and I really enjoyed it. What did you think about Keke Palmer as our lead here? For the people who don't know, this quick summary. We have Dre. I'm always gonna get this name wrong. Drew. Sorry. We have Drew. We have Alyssa, Keke Palmer, and SZA, and they have one of them days. You know, they have a day where they have everything is going wrong, and they really gotta make rent today, and so shenanigans are gonna ensue as they do that. Keke Palmer is the comedic lead here. Keke Palmer has been hilarious forever. So I was not shocked. I was not shocked by anything we got from Keke Palmer.
No. Exactly. And it was honestly Keke Palmer being Keke Palmer. I literally sat in that movie theater being like, I bet you about 85% of this is all improv.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Like especially Keke's part. Because she was just saying at like several points, she was just saying her own catchphrases.
Yeah. She said, "You ate that," and I screamed. She, to me, watching Keke Palmer, like you're right. It felt like Keke Palmer was just doing Keke Palmer things, so it made it feel even that much more believable, that much more relatable. It's the same kind of vibe you get from Insecure, where the characters don't feel like they're acting at some points. It just feels like, yeah, that's just Issa. You know, like Issa B and Issa Rae aren't the same person, but you wouldn't know that watching Insecure. I think Keke Palmer was very much tapped in. She was funny. She was a great lead for this, but I guess one of the people we really should talk about is, I think this is her acting debut. What'd you think about SZA?
It is. Like, how does it feel to be God's chosen favorite? That's not fair. You can't be like that fine and then like
and funny. Yeah, and funny.
Rude. That's just rude. And before this, I watched Issa Rae, Keke, and SZA. You know, they've been on the press tour junket. I watched them do like the Hot Ones versus.
Yeah.
Oh, did you watch that? Did you see?
I saw the clips. I haven't watched the whole thing.
I saw the video. Hilarious. SZA is even funnier in that. I was like, that's not fair. Like, she did a great job in this movie. Like, I had to like keep reminding myself that she's not an actress, like that she's a singer. But she was just so funny and very natural in this role. And again, I think that's why both of these the leads were like, the movie translated so well. It's just because it felt real. It felt like like two homegirls talking to each other. It didn't feel like, you know, somebody writing lines that try to sound like Black people talking. Perry, like it just felt natural.
Yeah, I was asking myself at certain points, is SZA acting or is this just SZA? Like, is SZA that girl? You know, because it kind of felt like SZA was just that's just SZA. You know, so I don't know if there was a script for this or if they just said, you know, make it do what it do, and they made it happen. It was so good. It felt so authentic.
And you know, Sarita Singleton, the woman who wrote this, was a writer on Rap Shit, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so did you? So
I didn't know.
I would love to talk to Sarita Singleton.
We gotta reach out because they really owe us. First of all, they owe us another season of Rap Shit. They really do. They really do. And I think we deserve an explanation as well. So we got to get this podcast to the right people over there at radio or whatever used to do it over there because we got to
radio. So, well, I know this because as an avid listener of the read, Kid Fury was talking about being in the writers' room with Sarita, and how he was just amazed to see this come to fruition. One of them days come to fruition. He was able to see it early. He had nothing but good things to say about it. And like Sarita just like put her foot in this. Again, you know, I wonder if she just wrote prompts and let Keke and SZA go. But either way, it took a whole team to put together this very funny Black comedy that can really go down with some of the greats.
Yeah. And speaking of the greats, we had a great supporting cast as well. I was not familiar with. I didn't know who was all in this movie. Right, I saw the original trailer, and I don't think I ever looked back. Right, so very happy to see, you know, some like Black movie royalty, and like Vanessa Bell Calloway is Mama Ruth in here. Very happy to see her. Lil Rel, who is somebody who's becoming
just a popped up.
Yeah, just popped up. Happy
and
to
still
see
got
him.
fourth billing.
Still, Cat Williams also here. You know,
who they showed all his parts in the trailers. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, but his parts were, to me, it made sense. It did make sense. Very shocked to see Ava from Abbott Elementary, Janelle James, pop up. Loved Ava. Right. And then, Keyshawn as well. Joshua David Neal playing Keyshawn. And what I would consider his like breakout role as a movie star, but we know him from, you know, TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube.
Caught in 4K.
Yeah, exactly. And so this was fun. I thought the whole movie was fun. To me, not a dull moment, and I think that it really did explore, you know, this platonic friendship between two people who kind of live in the hood. You know, it's like it talks about the poverty aspects of that, because anytime you film something that is taking place in the hood, you got to deal with the lack of money, right? You got to deal with the reason why we're here, and they dealt with that, but they still really explored their friendship, their unwavering support for each other at times, and then, like, you know, just the idea that financial instability can just throw your life into shambles. And we saw all of that.
Yeah, and I just like how there wasn't a lot of exposition. Like, we're just kind of thrown directly into their day. Like, starting at 7 a.m., we're thrown into their day, and we're trying to follow them as it goes. Like, to me, as much as I call it, like, it's definitely is a comedic, like a Friday and stuff like that, but the just chaoticness of it definitely reminded me of Uncut Gems. Did you ever see Uncut Gems?
Well, yeah, I was just stressed out the whole time. You know, exactly. That was like, the tension was it was in your chest the whole time.
Much, yes.
Yeah. I said, I like this. You know, like it was a good movie. It was good, but at what cost?
Oh my God, exactly. We'll talk about that later. But like, as somebody with anxiety, watching Uncut Gems, my heart the whole time was just like, and that's what I mean. Like, it was just like the just random chaoticness of like, what do you mean? Like, you have to come up with that amount of money in a day, and then just as things unfold throughout the day and the course of the day, you're just like, you just want them, you just want the best for them, and that's what kept you hooked. Again, where we're trying to unravel the friendship and all of that. It's just it was such a good movie. It was so good. It was so funny. It felt so real. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, me too. So look, that's our glowing endorsement for the movie. Check it out. 2 thumbs up here from Recap Kickback. But go watch it and then let us know what you think. Get in these YouTube comments and tell us what you thought, what you thought was funny, what you want to see more of from these actors and actresses and Issa, and stay tuned to the conversation. But if you have seen the movie, Mari and I are about to talk about what we thought was funny and great about the movie and a little bit more depth after this. So come right back after the break and catch our deep dive, I guess we'll call it, into one of them days right after this. Okay, we're back. Mari, before we get into one of them days, you know, I host a Nothing But Netflix podcast with Rob. And on Nothing But Netflix, we try to talk about, you know, whatever's popping on Netflix. This week, this man says, hey, I don't really want to look at a Netflix show. Then it wouldn't be the first time we've deviated from that plan. He says, I want to talk about Watson. And I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Morris Chestnut, Watson, the Sherlock, like a Sherlock Holmes type universe show. And I was like, Rob, that's kind of a recap kickback kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Black Watson feels like it needs to go here. We still talked about it on Nothing But Netflix, but I will give my endorsement for that as well. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't like nothing extremely groundbreaking. You know, you've seen Sherlock Holmes done a billion times. But if you want a fun podcast where you get to see that I have like an untapped well of knowledge when it comes to Sherlock Holmes, that I feel like I wasted it on Nothing But Netflix. Go check it out. It's on there, and I'm talking a lot about Sherlock and all the things, and even gave Rob a history lesson about Morris Chestnut. I was like, where you know him from?
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
And untapped knowledge of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, because Rob asked me, he said, are you a Sherlock Holmes guy? And I was like, I mean, about as much as everybody else is. But then as we started talking, I was like, maybe I'm more than everybody else. like, what are we doing? And so, we got into some conversations. And I was just like, am I the only person who knows these things?
You're talking to the person who read the complete works. So.
I mean, yeah. So go check it out on Nothing But Netflix, and then, you know, Mari, I don't know, maybe we do a season review of Watson one day or something like that.
Yeah.
No point in talking about it episodically. But I think an overview would be fun at one point or another. But that's not why we're here today. That's not why we're here today. No. We're going to talk about one of them days. And Mari, I'm gonna give you the background of how this happened. So you text me, hey, you better go see this movie, and I was like, okay. Yes. And I like, oh my God, throw a hoodie on. Like, I guess I gotta go to the movie. I'm like starving. I haven't eaten, but I refuse to go to the movies when other people are at the movies. I'm like, I gotta go to the noon, like the 112 showing. Like, I gotta get there now.
I was literally on my way when I text you. I went at noon as well, and I went with closed captions. Yeah, closed captions. Yeah, on the screen. I loved it.
I need to do that. I need to see if we got that. I don't think we have that here.
That was great.
Yeah, I need that. So I like rush out. I ain't ate nothing. You know, I got like a bag of cereal. I was real ghetto. I had a bag of cereal in my pocket. You know, I was like trying to eat. I'm trying to eat healthy. So I got the honey bunches of oats. You know, I get to the movie theater and you don't go to the movies hungry because you know you're about to go spend $100 on food if you do. But I was driving knowing, I was like, nah, I'm finna go in here and mash. I had pizza. I had like popcorn. I got wine. You know, they do wine now at the movie. So I'm sitting there fat full watching this movie, wine drunk, just laughing loud by myself. It's 6 people in the theater. You hear all of us. I'm just in there cackling. So the wine is the next level.
I had a brunch cocktail as well, like a Prosecco cocktail mix. It was like almost like a mimosa.
Yeah.
And then, but I just had fried pickles and a large truffle parm.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
See, we was in there doing it right.
Yeah.
You go to the movie by yourself. Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it big. You like, you know, make this an event. So there was a moment where I did have to run to this concession stand to get my food. I got the little buzzer because they were like, "Sir, you ordered so much food. Like, sir, there's no way we have all this stuff."
Damn.
I had a lot of food, like French fries. I mean, in there, fat ass. Okay, so
how many people were in your theater?
It might have been 12. Might have been 12 people in there because we were so early, and also because it's black. And so, yeah, but the food made the experience that much better because I was so comfortable watching it. And then again, it reminded me so much of just those movies that you grow up watching that come on UPN in the morning, you know, that you've seen a billion times at somebody's house on VHS that you watch them. Like How High, Mari. That's another one that just stands out. And I know that's a movie that we both like, but it's just this like almost like a buddy comedy.
Yeah.
Yep. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. But the thing that popped out to me first is that Issa's so California. Like everything she does is so LA. It's just so LA. So LA.
You love
the whole thing. Yeah. It's like I can't relate, but I get it. Like I feel
exactly.
Like I understand.
We can't relate at it. My East Coast ass, your deep South ass.
Yeah.
Well, Texas ain't the South, but I mean, like,
hold on, chill out. Ain't nothing more Southern.
and us relating to LA shit so much, you know.
Well, we learned it all through Issa at this point. I mean, all our recent content, that, you know, it's so LA. So it felt very much like at home. It felt almost like a spinoff to Insecure in the same way. Like I just knew they were gonna pull up at the dunes.
Yeah, me too. I did too. I was like, oh, the jungle, the dunes, it's the same. And I mean, we have the one lady, the one actress who's been in every single thing that Issa's done.
Yes, our girl Dominique Perry.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to PV. You know, that's my friend in my mind. We don't know each other. Look, we were just there at the same time. But yeah. We got the greatest hits from Issa, obviously, like cast, like people that we know would pop up in some Issa stuff. But again, Issa giving opportunities to people like Joshua Neal.
Exactly.
You know, it's just, I don't know. Like for me, right now, she's doing exactly what needs to be done in the movie. It just really stood out as there's something that I could just sit and be like, nah, this is so real. You know, it was cartoonish, but also I know people like this. You know, when we get Drew. This woman is, you know, she's trying to make it. She got her roommate. Her and Alyssa have been roommates for 7 years, I think, or something like that. And she's working at a diner and she's trying to move up in management. But, you know, it's really hard to work your way out of poverty. Like it's just a myth.
It's a fact that it's hard to work your way out of poverty.
Yeah,
it's a myth that it's possible. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're impossible. And so while she's trying to just do basic human things like go to work, she's also got to deal with the ghetto. And by the ghetto, I'm talking about the apartments falling apart, the landlord ain't shit, her roommate is dickmatized, and the money is coming up missing. It's a lot, Mari.
It's a lot. Yes, it really is. And I mean, again, it's so relatable. People having to make the rent, being stuck in these dead-end jobs. You know, at this point, nobody can afford to live alone. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, you have to shack up. And then if your roommate has a lazy ass boyfriend, you got to deal with his ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was so many things that is just so easy to like recognize that. Again, it just makes you instantly fall in love with just the premise of the movie. But before we move on, literally all of the leads, like the lead roles, like Keke's Drew, SZA's Alyssa, Josh David Neal's Keyshawn, and Aziza Scott's Bernice, like 3 out of the 4 leads are like new actors.
They're new here,
yeah, that's amazing. And that's what Issa does. Like, for our community, you know, and then that's not even included. I think Kayla Matros Meha, who plays Kathy, the payday loan lady. I'm pretty sure she's from like, she looks like she's a pretty established actor, but I could have sworn she's from like TikTok. I know her from TikTok or something. But yeah.
No.
Oh, Abbott from Abbott.
She's hilarious. Yeah, she was the TA in
yeah. She was funny. Yeah.
She was one of she was so funny. Like she was so funny in this. So quick rundown about Drew. She's ambitious, she's resourceful, she's determined to get this new position at her job. She's hilarious, and fiercely loyal to her best friend Alyssa. In one of them days, she starts off her day just trying to handle a simple task, but a series of like unexpected obstacles sends her on a wild journey through the city. And throughout, it's like she just can't catch a break. The title of this movie being One of Them Days, I think we've all been there. Just a day where everything is just going wrong, and you have to say, like, what did I do? You have to talk to the universe, Mari, and be like, what do y'all want from me?
What did I do? Can I tell you the moment that resonated with me immediately?
Was that?
And I thought was just so brilliant. So we see her finishing up her shift at a diner. She does an overnight shift. She's sitting there waiting for Alyssa to pick her up. Alyssa picks her up, and Alyssa thinks she's late. She's like, "I'm so sorry, girl. Oh my god." And Drew's like, "Ha! I just got off." She's like, "I really got off at 7, but she had told her a different time, so she would be there on time." And I'm like, "Damn it! If you don't have to do that with me, and if I don't have to do it with my friends." But the part that got me was Keke Palmer had on a bandana this whole time. And then she goes to her courtyard and she said she sees Jamil, the hair braider in the courtyard, starting another client. And she's like, "You didn't even finish me." And she takes the bandana off and you can see that her braids are done in the front, but she got a whole part in the back that's not done. And that sent me. It absolutely sent me. There's so many times where I'm like taking my braids out, and you always start in the center. So like, just in case you don't finish, you can just
the edges out. Yeah.
He said, don't throw that in a ponytail and go on.
It was so bad because, again, like you said, super relatable, right? I've seen this a billion times where it's like, I can only braid so much. So we left the back, we left that part so you could just cover it up, and then we can come finish this later on. She's waiting on Jamil to do her hair, but he's too busy doing other people's hair because rent is due today. It is due today. It's the first of the month.
The first of the month.
Right. So we hustling at this point, trying to make rent. And so she probably already paid him. So it's like for her, hey, you can wait. You can wait.
I got he said that she didn't pay him or something like that.
Well, that's even worse because then, ma'am. Well, if that's the case, then, ma'am, you really gotta wait. Yeah. She
that was
Jamil.
So funny.
He's been in a few other
he's from The Blackening.
Yes, from The Blackening. We talked about here on Recap Kickback.
Helped write it. Yeah.
No, good for him. Another just like another star where I saw him like, hey, I remember him. Yeah, so funny.
He was funny.
Yeah. So of course, a lot of the conflict in this movie is going to come between Keke Palmer and Alyssa due to Alyssa's relationship with her boyfriend Keyshawn. Now, everybody know a Keyshawn. Everybody knows one. My brother is a Keyshawn. I felt so bad watching the movie because the whole time I was watching it, I was like, I just want this boy to do better. And I was watching it like, like, dang, I know exactly what he about to do. He definitely not gonna pay that rent. Like it was just, I wasn't shocked by nothing that man did because I've seen it before. But it's something about this idea that sometimes things can be going right in your life and then bam, dickmatized.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? Many women have fallen prey to the dickmatized. Dickmatist? Is that a person?
Dickmatism. Oh, no,
yeah.
Not I.
It took her down. Alyssa was so down bad. And I think this is also relatable where you have a friend who just be parked on dumb and stuck on stupid, just like over a dude. Yeah. She threw their whole rent money away.
He had all his shoes all over their house. Like just not paying a thing. They were like the whole movie they were making jokes about him being homeless.
Yeah.
Homosexuals, gotta watch out for them.
Yeah. He just look. You identify someone with 4 walls and a roof, and then you say, well, if I date that person, now I have 4 walls and a roof. It's an easy concept. But for some people, the power of the penis is enough to take you out of your normal headspace and put you in a blender. And we do get a shot of said penis Mari, the woman behind me gasped and said, "I get it." It was like, okay, all right, lady. I was like, calm down, calm down.
This is gonna sound so stupid, but I just so happened to look down on my phone to do notes at that part, and by the time I looked back up, he was gone. And
Consider yourself lucky.
and she and I was like, oh, because I heard the reaction of that was funny.
I pray for this man's health if it wasn't a prosthetic. I'll just put it like that. Like
oh my
he might trip over it in the morning. And
That's
so
funny.
yeah, but it also kind of leveled the Keke Palmer's expectation, because she's like, well, now that I've seen it, I understand how you down bad, but like you got to stand up, baby. You got to get up. We're losing here. We're out here about to get put out. Their landlord ain't shit. When I tell you the apartment is falling apart, this is so real. I think it's because I still be over in the area where this stuff kind of be happening. That's why I think it felt so. Because I really wish I had grown up and moved out and just kind of like had gone, like moved out the hood. You know what they say, like got away. Like I just can't get out of there. Like I just be always over there. That's where my friends be at. And so I was like, yeah, but I don't live over there. I go visit. So I come in and be like, y'all live like this? There's a hole in the walls, a hole in the roof. There's potential animals running around.
Mm-hmm.
It was very bad. And so they're dealing with a slumlord essentially, and they got to make rent. Alyssa has been given the task to pay the landlord, and instead she gave Keyshawn the money to pay the landlord. The Dickmatism.
Which makes no sense, because from what we understand, Alyssa is an artist. So my understanding, she's at the house.
She don't have no job. Yeah, she don't got no job. Why did she give it to Keyshawn? Keke Palmer asked that question at least 7 times in the movie. Like, why did you give our money to Keyshawn? It doesn't make any sense.
It really don't.
So eventually, they got to figure this out, and they have to go. They decide to go get a payday loan. Now, payday loans, for people who don't know, if you're in a certain neighborhood, there's probably one on a corner, probably not far from a liquor store or something like that. Sometimes probably connected, but they prey on poor people because they offer them money now with extremely high interest rates, so that when you have to pay it back, it's almost like you're signing away your life. Like the money is not worth it. I think the interest rate was 1,900.5%.
Yeah.
Like what? 1,900% is the interest rate?
He said, "Oh, I thought that was the year established."
This place been here since 1905.
I was done. Oh my God.
Cat Williams' character outside, Lucky, is outside the building, and they play him like a homeless man who might be a little crazy, but everything he said was 100 billion% true. It is not worth it. If you don't have it this month, you will not have it next month at these interest rates. It ain't happening.
And which sucked, because they literally showed every part in the trailers. In the trailers, in one of the trailers, it was a Cat Williams focused trailers. I guess to like capitalize off of last year Cat Williams opened up the year with the Crazy Club Shay Shay interview, and then of course the year we had. So they literally showed all of every single part in the trailer, and I was like, why would you do that? And then on top of that, I saw before I went and saw the movie, I people were critiquing his performance, saying it was kind of not much energy behind it. Okay. So then when I did see it, I was like, okay, these jokes are funny, but I've already seen them all in the commercial. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, his energy does seem a little flat, but it was still great. It was still funny. I just don't understand why they did that. Hopefully if you didn't see a lot of the trailers, it doesn't matter for you because you weren't spoiled on that. But literally, did you see that trailer I'm talking about?
No. Nope.
Okay, good. You can look it up now that you've seen it, but there was literally one trailer where Every single the part where he was in the payday loan, where he said if you don't have it now, you don't have it later. The part where he slides down the glass, the part where she's at the top of the thing, and he not she didn't take heed, but like every single thing was in that trailer. And I don't know why companies do that. But other than that, it was, like I said, it was funny. He was spitting truths, and nobody was listening.
To me, his energy was low because he was so defeated. Like he clearly had come into contact with these payday loan people too many times because they're unbothered by him. He's outside their window just like a homeless, like a vagabond, and they're just looking at him like, oh well, whatever. And he's out there trying and like almost like one of those like doomsday conspiracists or something like that. Yeah. No, go in there. Don't try. Like, no, he's not lying. Okay, this is historical. Just like years and years and years and years of data have shown that this is just people preying on poor people and putting people in basically 360 deals for their life. He said they will literally hunt you, and we will see that come back and be true at the end of the movie. Also on the hunt, Big Booty Bernice. I thought this was so funny. Aziza Scott playing Bernice in here. Big Booty Bernice. She is like the neighborhood Debo. Kind of?
Yeah, basically like Debo or what's her name? From Baby D. Yeah.
Baby D. Yeah. You don't know Baby D. You don't know Baby D like I do. You don't know Baby D. Like, you know all the snacks before they come out. You know. I loved her. I love Big Booty Bernice. The interaction that she has with Keyshawn. He's in the park, and the story is being told to us by Alyssa that Bernice has basically hunted her man, but that's not really what we see. Keyshawn about broke his neck riding on the bicycle because he ain't got no car. Looking at her as she twerks down in front of him and just kind of scoops him up. They even eat ice cream in a tandem, like Lady in a Tramp style.
I like how like he Palmer's ad-lib. She's like, I don't know if it went down like that. And then, like,
they really do that ice cream thing in public in front of the children, in front of the kids.
I was like, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah. Like, look, that's how the story was told to her. So Big Booty Bernice is part of the problem here. Because now Alyssa, being that she's dickmatized, she has to go confront Keyshawn about this. He's cheating, and for the big thing that she just keeps forgetting is that he stole the money. He has their money, so they roll up on him. And when they do, I was dying the whole time. Keke Palmer's trying to act like she knows this girl from school. Or she messed up and said that she didn't have no ass back in the day, but turns out she always been caked up. Gave the whole thing away. And this is when Alyssa finally comes to terms with Keyshawn ain't here for her. He stole the money. He got away. He's run off with this new girl. And so they have no choice but to sell plasma. Again, I need to get out the hood because I got so many friends right now that's in selling plasma. Like I remember the first time. The first time my friends were deciding to sell plasma. I was in 8th grade. And my friend was in 10th grade, and he told me that his dad like would always sell plasma, and he was gonna do it. And I was like, "You can't sell plasma until you're 18." And he was like, "No, we know the person who worked there." And this man would go sell plasma to buy CDs. Yeah. So go sell plasma at like 16 years old. I was like, how are you getting away with this? Now, don't get me wrong. I encouraged it because if he got money, then we got money. But at the same time, I've never done this before. I kind of feel like it's like an untapped resource for me. You know, it's like, do I need the plasma? So I can just sell it, you know?
Yes, you could sell it. As somebody who literally has worked all facets of blood bank and blood banking jobs. You need everything in your body, but you can donate plasma. Plasma normally you might get more from plasma because it normally takes longer to harvest it, because when they harvest your plasma, they have to. It's kind of like being on dialysis in a sense. They have to remove the blood from your body, separate out the plasma from the blood, the whole blood product, and put your red blood cells back in. Yeah, so if you don't know, there's 3 main components of like blood or blood products that we try and get you to donate in blood bank. So it's your red blood cells, your plasma, and your platelets. So when you're doing like a plasma or a platelet donation, then they have to like extract the whole blood, separate it just to take your plasma, and then put your red blood cells back into your body. So that can take about like 3 to 4 hours. The most common type of donation is whole blood donation, where you just donate it all. So that takes less time. They're just taking your whole blood out. So that can take just.
So that's what they was doing. They was definitely doing whole blood. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And platelet donation is the same thing. It's like it takes forever because they have to try and they take it out, and that's why normally if you're doing a plasma donation, it'll be a plasma and a platelet donation.
Right.
Yeah. So it is a source of income that a lot of people do. I remember when I was in college, people started selling their bone marrow. I was like,
oh,
yeah, people were selling their bone marrow for like $800 or something like that.
I sold a little pea.
Well, okay. Well,
I wasn't doing the things back then. So
I know.
Clean, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but I mean, you just anybody can sell pee. They was like going to them people and getting
the that's crazy.
And like the scraper thing and all that.
We was real broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm real broke now, and I just always I always equate selling blood, plasma, whatever, to poverty, right? Because it's something that like I feel like there's a stigma to it where it's like, nah, that's for broke folk. But I feel like even if you got money, there should be no reason why you should be avoiding it unless it's like detrimental to you,
Again, please go and donate blood if you can. Look for your local like donation centers. Do pop up mobile blood banks, blood donations, especially Black people, because like blood shortages. We've had blood shortages for a long time, and then COVID came, and COVID like just really hit up all the stores and made blood shortages happen. So we really want everybody, don't listen to that. Yes, there are universal donors, ONEG, whatever, but we need all blood. And again, we also want Black people to donate because I'm not even going to get into that, but basically it's easier if we have patients that need a certain amount of blood. It's normally easier to match. Like we don't match via race. Yeah. We like a race doesn't come into a factor when we match blood, but we're more than likely to have the same similar markers when you are the same race. So I don't want anybody to take from this that like, oh, we use race to no. None of the bags are marked with race. I'm just saying we're more than likely to find matches like randomly if there's more of that blood.
But see, I don't have no problem donating blood. Why haven't I got paid for my blood?
That's what I was about to say.
I was in high school. Where the money at?
That's what I was about to say. Like some places don't even don't pay. I remember I used to always donate blood because my hospital used to do it right in the hospital. But they would give you 2 movie tickets, like 2 movie ticket vouchers. I used to love that. I would go there for the movie ticket vouchers. And then they stopped doing that. So because I don't know if it was a law or something, but it slowly became like, oh, like I think maybe what happened in this movie happened where people were giving blood when they probably shouldn't have to get that money, so they kind of like backed off of that.
Man, I'm gonna sell me some plasma this year. I want to go to London, so we're gonna see. Let me see how much plasma I gotta sell to pay for my trip to London.
Okay, well you can only donate. You can only donate like once every so and so many days. So check out the criteria for all of that.
Oh yeah, Joe, I got time.
Yeah,
London far away. I'm on a payment plan.
Don't be like Keke and try and donate 4 bags in one sitting. That was so funny. Oh my god.
Well, that was the thing. Ava here, Janelle James playing the phlebotomist, I guess. What is that? Is that what she is?
Yeah. Phlebotomist.
F's this all the way up. There ends up. I think SZA. It's actually SZA's fault because why did she rip that that needle out of her like that? Blood goes flying everywhere, gets all over their clothes, and they end up having to wear donated clothes for the entire rest of the movie. SZA is dressed like almost like a baby pimp, and Keke Palmer definitely wearing like I've seen this exact stretchy stripper outfit before at any bazaar, at any flea market stripper suit. Like, bruh, she wear this lime green ass out. Her ass ain't even got the personality to pull this off. I said, now, Mari, I know you called SZA fine earlier, but I have some directorial questions about Issa Rae in this film because you had the opportunity to put SZA in this outfit and you chose Keke Palmer.
And that is the comedy. That is the comedy. She made sure that there's comedy and that we weren't distracted. Because you can't be distracted for the rest of the movie.
I was very much still distracted by SZA. I really was.
Exactly.
And and you brought up your
and also got on with a bodysuit under that dress.
You brought up your movie vouchers. They ended up getting apple pie vouchers in this movie, and they went to Church's Chicken. Mari, I had tears in my eyes. First of all, I do not love Church's Chicken. I will not.
I love Church's Chicken, and it's just a biscuit. It's just
the biscuit and maybe the apple pie. That frosted apple pie, the baked one, it's pretty good. But Mari, I had tears in my eyes because again, I was eating. And so, like, they eat it. I got, like, plates of food. Just like, I'm in there. They eat. Oh, my God. This chicken's so goddamn good. Oh, my God. That's where I was the whole time, too. Just, like, dying because the food was so good. I really had a joint moment with them. There's a biscuit thief. And then we also see, for the second time.
Biscuit thief? I really need to know who it was.
Yeah, nobody ever gets into it. He just has started camping out at churches and just snatching biscuits from the drive-thru line, which... to me, reminds me of the Church's Chicken that down the street from my house. Yeah, very much so. We meet Maniac. We've already met him one time. Keke Palmer's got eyes for this swole, dark-skinned dude named Maniac. We don't know why they call him Maniac.
I was gonna say shout out to Tony Baker who has the cameo as the drive-thru attendant. He's a really funny comedian.
Yeah. Check out Tony Baker comedy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Maniac. In one of them days as well. He's the love interest for Keke Palmer. At least she liked the way he looked. But his name is Maniac. He got a lot of tattoos and he dark skinned. So there might be an idea that this man might have done some crimes. So
can I tell you, I immediately clocked that he was a firefighter.
Really? You got it just off the axe?
Off the axe. The axe. But then, like, off the axe, I was like, oh, I think this is a firefighter. And then, as soon as they got to where SZA was climbing the pole, and he started, I was like, oh, he's definitely a firefighter. Like, hands down.
He knew all the names of the paramedics and stuff like that.
Yes, so, well, they're like, he knew all the names of the paramedics. And then they were like, how many people you got to shoot in order to know all the names of the paramedics? Why would that be your first thought?
Right. Look, they had already thought this man was a criminal. Shout out to Patrick Cage in this role. But yes, he scoops up Keke. SZA's trying to leave her to potentially get dickmatized. Like, hey, you got it. Bernice is on the hunt. And so they end up going, and I think their next tactic to get some money is that they have to go, and SZA decides to get some shoes off the power line. Now, this is something that maybe children think of when they see shoes hanging on the power line, but adults, in my mind, are not thinking along the lines of this is something that I should go and try to get.
You are our resident sneakerhead. Would you have known how much those J's?
Oh, I knew they were expensive. But that's the thing. Retro J's are going to be expensive all the time, especially like they're like the OGs. But the thing is, like, I wouldn't have known how much they go for. Mari, don't rob me. But I got a pair of J's that I could sell right now for $2,000 right now. Right now. And have worn them and probably could get I could probably get like $1,200 for one pair of shoes. Did I buy them for that much? No. But the resale price on these things be outrageous. So SZA, no, I don't think she should have climbed that pole trying to get those J's because one, it's stupid. Why are you climbing a power line, SZA? You're grown as hell. What are you doing? But then also, this is King Lolo's neighborhood. And He's not gonna let it fly.
Yes, and King Lolo is not a stranger to this podcast.
Have we talked about me and Joseph on this podcast?
Yes. Well, okay. Should I say the before podcast?
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah. In the before time.
In the before time. Back in the Connect days? Is that
the Connect? Yes.
Yeah. We haven't seen our boy since Snowfall. But here he is as King Lolo, and he's got an issue because he wants them shoes back. Unfortunately for him, they've already sold the shoes. The Lil Rel Howley,
who plays the hell out of Keke Palmer for them shoes.
Well, she was trying to play him too. Yeah, like why are you trying to sell these used shoes for $2,000 basically? How dare you? He talks her down to like a smooth $1,500, and she goes for
literally how much they need. Yep.
To the penny. So they deal with online shoe sales, which is crazy because I thought they were gonna get scammed. I really did. I'm so afraid to buy shoes off of random people. Like, I know people be buying stuff off the Facebook Marketplace now. I can't. I got trust issues, y'all. I can't do it. Especially when it comes to shoes like this. So I was not in on it, but Lil Rel ends up basically getting murdered, I think, by King Lolo for these shoes because he's holding him.
Yeah. Was that?
Oh. Yeah, I think he dead now. Yeah, I think he dead now.
So, but he was calling her on the phone asking for the money. But then but why would he do that if he already had the shoes?
He didn't have the shoe. He didn't have the shoes. I don't think because when he's holding them upside down, I think I think he did have the shoes. I think he didn't care at that point. I think it was more like principle. Like, why are you doing this in King Lolo hood? Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I watch that again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that man is dead now. Is that?
And he asked him for $5,000.
Yeah, that was the thing. He wanted the money. Like, he didn't care about them shoes. $5,000, sir. I'll just give you the shoes back. But nah, he didn't want the shoes. It was about the money. Matter of fact, he wasn't gonna wear the shoes. The shoes were up on the power line. So it's not like it was his shoes anyway. This was all just a big, like, he's the goon of the neighborhood. It's his block. He want to make sure people ain't doing no shenanigans on his watch. So they have the money. Keke Palmer has this big job interview, and she has to hype herself up. We see Alyssa hyping her up. The universe is in your favor. You're a bad bitch. You can do this. You're that girl. But Keke Palmer got to wear this lime green tracksuit.
I really was like, I know she's not about to wear this lime green stripper outfit that Lucky gave her a oversized blazer to put on top of herself. He's like, you're showing too much skin. And he gave her an oversized blanket. She really walked into a job interview like that. Just put her hair up in a bun. I was like, this is what we're doing today.
Yeah. And the interview goes well. She really cooked. Yeah, she really cooked. She kept that blazer on tight, though. They didn't really see the lime green of it too much. She was sitting down,
I guess.
I seen it, I knew.
Like her pants. Like, oh my God.
Okay. Is it racist to look at somebody crazy if they come in dressed like that for a job interview?
Is it racist?
Is it racist specifically? Because it's like
it just feels unprofessional.
But based on whose standards?
If a white lady came dressed in a stripper jumpsuit with an oversized blazer on top of it, I'm looking at her crazy.
But which would a white lady be wearing this outfit? This feels targeted. I always have questions about like modern professionalism because it's like stripper outfit, but stripper outfit with blazer. Okay. Without blazer, not okay. With blazer, okay. I was like, it feels like we're splitting hairs here. Okay. I was like, I feel like this
slope.
Right, exactly. So it goes well. It looks like she locks up the interview pretty well until Big Booty Bernice rolls up outside and just starts beating Alyssa's ass. Because Alyssa told Keyshawn where they were at. She just could not resist texting this man.
SZA, you can't sing about taking people's men if you can't fight.
No. she had this whole skirt.
I'm just saying, like, she was getting her butt beat, and then I'm so bad that while she was getting her butt, she's like, Drew.
Yeah, Drew, leave the job interview. Drew trying to act like this has nothing to do with her. Like, I don't know what that ghetto ass stuff outside is doing. I have no clue. And meanwhile, SZA's just throwing her under the bus.
Drew, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Inside, please help me. Drew, do you know this woman? No, I don't know her. Drew. She had no choice but to go out there and join the fray. If you were in her position, Mari. Well, that's what I'm about to ask you. If you were in her position, and you got a homegirl, let's just call her Regina, and she outside. And she outside getting her ass beat, saying, Mari talks too much. At Mari talks too much. Please help me.
The fact that Regina would never be in that position is very hilarious. So the supposed homegirl of mine would never be in that.
Yeah, allegedly. Oh, because you said Regina can fight.
No, quite opposite. No, this alleged friend is the type that is like, I don't fight, I call the police.
I call the police. Help!
I'm the fighter. I fight.
So, Mari, so you're running out there to pull up.
Normally, but like, she really needs this job.
Like, we about to get evicted today. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we really need this job. So, I mean, I might just be like, listen, come on, y'all, let's go. You go back up.
Yeah, we don't know them. You know, cover your eyes. This is the ghetto shit I've ever seen. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like thinking the same lines, like, okay, so she getting her ass beat. But what you about to do? Get your ass beat too? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
A booty beat down at that.
She hit her with a Rikishi.
Yeah, several Rikishi. She twerk fought this girl.
Hey, twerk fool is a real martial arts.
Clearly, because they both got their butts beat.
Yeah. So
and she snatched their money.
And she robbed them people. Okay. And she robbed them people. Now, this leads to the biggest conflict of the day, which is Alyssa and Drew are now no longer on the same page because Drew is blaming Alyssa for basically effing this whole day up. Like, everything that has happened has been her fault. But Alyssa's kind of like, you trying to put in all your disdain for life on me. The reason why we're in the ghetto, why you work at a diner, why you can't get this promotion, it's not on me. Yeah, the rent situation is definitely on you. Like, I was on Drew's side still. Like, hey, bro. Yeah. Like, I understand that, like, this time, it is your fault. Like, today, it is your fault.
Yeah.
Like, the blood bank was your fault. The shoe situation is low-key your fault. High-key. Also, this beatdown is your fault.
Outside the office building. Your fault.
Your fault.
Your boyfriend is the one.
Yeah, Alyssa, she didn't have a leg to stand on, but she really lined her up. She kind of told her, like, hey, bro, you're not good with your life. That's on you, but don't put it on me. So they go their separate ways to walk to the same apartment. And here they meet Bethany. And Bethany is
the white lady.
The neighborhood white lady. She has moved in. People are thinking, like, is this gentrification? What's happening? She has her dog, and it is. And she has been offered the good stuff at the apartment. She's got the apartment, you know, the one that
renovated one.
The one that they use for the website, you know. So she doesn't even have the same lived experience despite living at the same apartment complex as them. Bethany sees their stuff has gotten put out because they're already evicted. It ain't even time to get evicted yet. They stuff already on the curb.
And can I just say before you continue, I just loved how that goalpost moved. Like, it was like, you know, it was like, we have to make $1,500 to make rent, and then it was like, F it, we don't have it. Like, right. now we need $5,000 so we don't die. Like,
right.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, we're already evicted, so that's not a today issue. Today's issue is that we're about to get murdered by King Lolo. Okay, so we'll worry about that later on. Outside, Bethany, played by, I believe this is Maud
Apatow. Yeah, as soon as I was like, Maud.
Yes, daughter of filmmaker Judd Apatow and Leslie Mann, obviously.
From Euphoria.
For Euphoria, yeah. So good to see her here. She sees the paintings that Alyssa does, and she really likes them. So she starts throwing money at them. Hey, me and my white friends would buy this. And basically, is the undertone here. And so they have a makeshift like art gallery in the courtyard to try to make this money. They essentially have like they invite all the people. She's got some connections. She brings in her white friends. They got the black friends coming out. The candy lady comes outside, sets up shop. It's a whole situation. Only for King Lolo to show up. And King Lolo, I thought King Lolo would have been deterred by the amount of people and spectators that were here. No, he will kill you in broad daylight or in front of your friends and family and don't care.
Your typical like 1980s like bully type character, like he does not care. He does not care.
I bully murder. If I need to. Yeah, I will murder everybody here. Yeah. So now our girls are running away from the bullets, gunshots. They're dodging stuff. They end up hiding under a box truck until King Lolo basically gets in a shootout with who we think is the cops. Mari, it's not the cops. This is the twist that got me.
It was pretty funny.
They will hunt you down, they said. The payday loan people then pulled up on this man to get their money back. He was one of the people, because for some reason, they put the delinquent loan lenders or whatever, or clients up on the wall. They put their pictures on the wall like they be stealing from the store or something like that. I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Right? And so, but yeah, so it happens, and this was Alyssa's doing. She called the payday loan people when she saw King Lolo's face up there, and she recognized them, and so that was able to buy them some time, so they didn't have to worry about getting murdered. Unfortunately, they still have other issues because in their apartment, Keyshawn is there. They have the money. They finally have made the money. They sold the paintings. Everything's going up. King Lolo is going to jail. I mean, or worse, to payday loan jail. Everything should be fine. But Keyshawn has worked his way back into the apartment, and he has set up all these candles because he wants his Alyssa back. Because Bernice is scary. She like frightens him.
Yeah, she's scary. She's been chasing them throughout the movie.
Well, he says she has strong will, and like she's very opinionated, and she has strong will. Like he basically said, I can't run over her like I run over Alyssa. I need my own thing.
She makes me do things.
She makes me do things. Okay, which again, I was like, my poor brother. And so they end up knocking over some candles because they're all over the place. And they almost burned the house down, but they are rescued by the fire department. And our firemen reveal Maniac, as Mari has pointed out, he had an axe in the car because he's a firefighter. And because he's a firefighter, he also knows what kind of insurance fraud things that this landlord has going on. And he finna hook them up. They're going to have a nice little claim. They're going to get some money. Keke could have a new job, too. We didn't talk about it, but at the art gallery, her interviewer from the job interview showed up to the art gallery and decided to give her another chance from her ingenuity. So at the end of one of them days, it seems like it wasn't a bad day after all. Like it all ended up for the better. And that's the movie, Mari. That's it. From beginning to end, that's one of them days.
So fun. Just a fun buddy comedy jaunt through LA. Honestly, I'm so glad we got this movie. Again, we need more movies like this. I think it made back its budget domestically, I believe, and globally. So it did very well. It was number one, I want to say, its opening weekend. So again, it made our black asses get out of our houses to go see it.
Look. Now that we done made back the money, I can watch it on bootleg. Like I feel like I did my time. I did my part. I contributed. And now if y'all got a link, send it to me. That's all I'm gonna say, because I want to watch it again. Okay, it was pretty good. It was funny. Have you ever had a Cheeto martini? A hot Cheeto martini?
No, that sounds disgusting. And it wasn't even martini. It was just a shot of vodka.
It was vodka with Cheetos around the rim. That's all it
was. I thought. It's like they didn't even shake nothing. Like what's happening?
Vermouth? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I have questions about the hot Cheeto martini. What the hot ghetto mess is that? They made it up. Yeah. But this was fun. I definitely recommend it if you haven't watched it. First of all, if you didn't watch it, then we just told you the whole movie. But if you made it this far, hopefully, hopefully you enjoyed it just like we did. Let us know in the comments here on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@recapkickback. If you are listening to this on your Apple, Spotify, whatever, make sure you leave us a 5-star review because we don't get none of those no more. Y'all stop hooking us up. What's going on? We're coming up on year 2. The 1 year anniversary of Recap Kickback is upon us, and we're trying to get some more energy here. So let us know if you enjoyed it, and tune in because we got some new stuff coming your way. We got more good fun coming your way soon. Gia and I are talking about After Elementary still. We did our crossover episode with Dr. Amanda and Ariel from the Crying Laughing podcast a couple weeks ago, and so we'll be bringing the most recent recap to you soon, so that we can keep those coming as we get ready to wrap this most recent season of Abbott. And then G and I are still working on our trilogy, our How to Ruin Christmas trilogy. The baby shower is coming soon, so check that out. Stay tuned. And Mari, what else we got going on? We got some other stuff going on here too.
So might be time for some wrestling talk here. On the Recap Kickback. So keep your eyes glued to the Recap Kickback YouTube page, where the Wrestling Kickback might be making its debut just in time for the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. Other than that, you can catch me over on Crime Scene. Go to crimescenepod.com in order to subscribe. Unfortunately, this week I was suffering from laryngitis. I don't know if you guys can kind of still hear it. So I wasn't able to speak with Sarah and Dr. Amanda about an update on our family, but it was left in great hands. They did a great job. So make sure you go listen to Crime Scene. Talk about an update on our family. It's about the Stauffer family who had did an international adoption for a child, and plastered it all over their YouTube page, and then all of a sudden the child disappeared. I'll leave it at that. And that you can watch that on Max, and then go listen to us on crimescenepod.com, where you can subscribe wherever you listen. You just put in Crime Scene, that's SEEN pod. So yeah. Find me on Blue Sky at Mari Talks Too Much. I'm only there. Nowhere else. Yeah. But having a blast. So that's it.
Yeah. Check us out. Make sure you follow us on social media and subscribe to the podcast. For Mari and for myself, you ain't gotta go home, but we will catch you all next time. Peace. I've been trapped behind Maria, isolated like it's North Korea. Smaller city with some bigger dreamers. The wall is cracked, I'm looking in between it. The world is yours, but man, I gotta see it. They say it's hard, but man, I gotta see it. The air I'm breathing can't feel my chest. Wait on life, I wanna hold my breath. I'ma get in my goddamn self.